I wanna be the queen of Egyptian hearts. I'm here.
Good morning everyone, it's 6 a.m. and I'm recording this video before it gets actually hot. My worst thing which happened to me here in Egypt. I was just thinking about it deeply what it was, because in one video I told you my worst experience that I couldn't conceive a baby, and I would like to go back to it but a little bit in different shape. Why? I realized that the worst thing which happened here in Egypt to me are actually the people itself. Don't misunderstand me, I still believe that Egyptians are white-hearted and the good people, but simply the mentality is really different, and before I get used to it, I believe it really hurted me so much and put me down, absolutely down. Because I came to Egypt with a feeling, as you know, that I want to be the Egyptologist, that I want to travel to Egypt, and I never thought about that I will get married and that I would want to have a kids. Actually, it was for me everything new and a big surprise. But these two things are connected: that I couldn't conceive the baby and the mentality of the people. I'll tell you right now what I mean. Because when I found out that I cannot have the baby, all the people, all the Egyptian people, try to kind of support me. And they was coming to me. It's okay. It doesn't matter. You will feel fine one day. But they didn't realize that this what they were doing, even they mean it a good way, it was a disaster. Okay, it make these things worse. It make me feel worse, and I couldn't explain them that I don't want to speak about it, that I want to forget about it, that I want to move on in the life. And they couldn't understand it, and they didn't care, and they pushed it more and more. And for example, the worst thing, one member of my husband's family, but not from close, like from a little bit far away relatives, I mean. But it was a woman who actually had the kids, and she came to me and she was like asking me, "Look, when are you gonna have a baby? I'll have it too." And I saw in her face like she was kind of even smiling, like it made her happy that I couldn't bring a baby and she has some baby. This situation led me to a competition with a woman, and I started to realize that really compete how many baby they have, if they are better, if they are more beautiful, more clever. And it was my first time to feel something like this, because before I never paid attention to this. But this time I realized how actually women can be cruel, really cruel. And I'm sorry, but especially Egyptian women. And even as the jealousy is really so high, and the Egyptian women really look at each other all the time and speak about each other all the time. But what really hurted me, some of the people started to, let's say, convince my husband that he should marry another woman because I cannot give him a baby. I know maybe it's normal, maybe it's natural, that everyone want to have a baby, and if someone can't, so it's really hard decision, right? And I know that this even, let's say, my religion allows. I don't want to speak of religion now, but it's true, and I know it very well. But still, if you think about it, that I'm very young and just getting new information that I can have a baby, and instead of the support from the people, because I lost or left my family, I changed my religion, I came absolutely to a new country, started a new life with a new husband, right? Starting absolutely new life at all. And instead of supporting when some disaster happens, I get exactly the opposite. I get exactly the biggest heartbreak for me which I ever get, and end up very sick for half an year. I already mentioned it in my previous video about evil eye, but I will mention it again because it's connected. So one day that I wanted to wake up, It was at night. I wanted to eat something, and I finally felt that my face is falling apart. Really, like I could feel the piece of meat is falling from me, and my face is going to be destroyed. Like it was just my feeling. It didn't happen in reality, but it was the wake up moment for me, and I felt enough. I really felt that I was very near to do this. So I have to somehow fight for my life here, and I have to make things right. So I started really, and I found myself a job like a private teacher in English. Then I was searching for a normal job, and I got it from a school. I moved with my husband to a new flat because we was living with my mother-in-law together. So it was this moment when we decided to live together. And imagine what happened after another, let's say, 7 months, I believe, from this moment when I told myself I will set things right. I got pregnant then. It was a miracle. I know my pregnancy was really a miracle, and my daughter is really a gift from God. I already mentioned it, I think, also. But it's really true. But simply when I fight, when I didn't give up, it proved. Okay? So it's actually a happy ending. It's not why I speak about it. I speak about it because if any woman is in the same position as me in Egypt, who cannot give a baby, I want to tell you that I really feel for you. I really understand how it's horrible here. Because the people, unfortunately, will not help you here. Here, the women who cannot be pregnant, they are simply unwanted, and they don't treat them very well. Really, they will try their best to make them away from your life as much as they can. Sorry, I know this is really cruel and really very hard to say it like this, but as I told you, I really experienced it. I experienced the fear. I experienced how the people look on you, even they say a beautiful word. The intention are not always nice and not always clear, because I listen nice word, but in the same time, these are people who was telling me the nice word was the people who asked my husband to leave me and to go for another woman. So in this point, Egypt is really cruel, and it's even if you don't have a boy. I already told it many times, but again I will repeat it. It's the same point actually. If a woman is giving a birth just to children, girls, I mean, and she doesn't have a boy, it will be a very, very similar situation, because in Egypt simply everyone wants a boy, and if you will not bring a boy, there's a high percentage that your husband will marry on you just from this point. And here they say that it's the mistake of the woman that she doesn't bring the boy. The man here is never mistaken, which is, as you know, nowadays it's not true at all. But in this point, Egypt really is a very old fashion, let's say. It's a little bit Rebecca. I thought on the start that it's hard the dealing with the Egyptian people, and this is true, and this is something which I'm fighting till nowadays with, because when I didn't understand Arabic, so it was kind of easy for me. You know, like in every country when you came and you live in the euphoria, let's say, it was easy. I saw them, they are all very nice, they're all kind. But when I started to understand Arabic more and more, I realized that these things are absolutely different. And unfortunately, Egyptian are I don't want to say because you will kill me for this word, but they are liars, really. But they don't see it as a lying, they see it as white lying, that it's okay. But like for us as a foreigner, it's not okay at all. So again, the difference in the mentality and character and behavior. One very close friend told me that if you want to be a true Egyptian, you simply have to lie. So it's true, they are really lying all the time in everything. Very easy example, okay? Funny example. Someone is coming to visit you and he is late, so it's his mistake, right? And he come to you and he'll tell you, oh, sorry, it's not my mistake because I was 1 hour staying in front of your house and I couldn't open the door, for example. But he's lying. For me, this is already a lie. For Egyptians, it is not a lie, this is a normal. Then they are, for example, lying because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They really care about the manners, the Egyptians. Example, two ladies meet on the street and one lady asks the second if her dresses are beautiful, okay? And you wanna say, in Europe you will say the truth, like no, it's ugly, it doesn't fit you. Here in Egypt, they will never say something like this. They will tell, oh yeah, it's very beautiful on you, even they think that it's not beautiful. But they care that they will not hurt the feeling of the other person. If it's good or bad, it's really discutable. I was thinking about this a lot of times. Sometimes I see it's bad from the European point, right? Because you should say the truth. On the other hand, sometimes it's good because you really do not insult the person. Because I had a problem with this. As a European, I always was telling the truth to the eyes directly. And I have to say, I hurted some people and I lately regret it. So that's why what I was thinking if it's good or bad. I believe maybe to find some middleism, not to lie but say it a way like different to don't hurt the person. I really had to share this feeling with you. Again, if you are experiencing some hardship in Egypt, trust me, you are not alone. But it will be fine because in every country you will experience some bad things.